Budget Magic time. Pretty excited for this deck. This deck looks really sweet. I don't even know what I'm calling it yet. It's a black-green value deck built around enter the board effects, mostly Merciless Executioner, Fleshbag Marauder, and Evolutionary Leap. Because with those on the battlefield, we can do some pretty sweet things. But right now, we're not doing much of anything. Not sure, Control might be a bad matchup if we're up against, like, Esper Control. Esper Dragons would be better. Jeez, another Executioner. Well, we got creatures on lock. The main idea is that with, like, Executioner and so forth, if we have an Evolutionary Leap, we can play it, get the triggered ability, and then sack it in response to the triggered ability. So our opponent sacrifices a creature and we don't sacrifice a creature. And we get another creature to our hand. And then eventually we get everything back with Palace Siege. Well, we're off to kind of a slow start. Our opponent's getting their mana built up. Next turn we can play an Ob Nixilis. It'll probably get countered, but then we can follow that up with a Green Warden, potentially. So let's lead on this Ob Nixilis, see if it gets countered. I would assume it would. I don't know why our opponent would have to crack a fetch to counter it, though. They already have double blue. Well, they have Slumgar's Command. That's annoying. That card doesn't really see very much play, but it got us there. And now we can't even play this Green Warden because they pounced our land. That was a beating. Well, they have tons of mana. Well, let's go for this Green Warden, see if that resolves. Clash of Wills X1. Well, our opponent is pretty low on cards, so if they don't have a dig or something, they're not in that great of shape. And we actually have double Ruinous Path to take care of an Ugin. Well, let's play Evolutionary Leap. Finds a negate. Well, if we just keep drawing nothing, we could be in trouble. We can't really cast these Executioners or anything against our opponent's board of nothing. So this is kind of looking like a rough matchup. Valving Wilds, not really what we wanted. Our opponent must just have... The problem is our opponent is eventually going to draw a dig. And then they refuel and have a million mana. And we will probably lose. Not a great hand against control. More lands that don't do anything. We're definitely designed more to fight against creature decks than we are to fight against control decks, especially in game 1. Like against Abzan or something, this hand would be insane. But since our opponent has no creatures, much less insane. Ultimate Price, pretty much a dead card. It does get a little better post-board when we have access to Duresses and so forth. Oh, here comes Ugin. If they have 2 more counters, then we're kind of in rough shape. So let's cast this Ruinous Path on Ugin. Oh, Ugin down. And then we're going to follow that up by a Palace Siege. See if that gets countered. Wow. Alright, so we are going to go with Cons mode. The return a creature to our hand at the beginning of our upkeep. Because that'll allow us to get back this Green Warden, and even if it's countered, we keep getting it back. Here comes Shambling Vent. Yep. So we dropped to 16, opponent goes up to 20. We get to return Green Warden. We cast Green Warden. Get back Evolutionary Leap. Cast Evolutionary Leap. Opponent's going to ultimate price the Green Warden. We are not going to use this trigger because we get to get it back next turn anyway. So we don't want to exile it. And pass the turn. Come on, no dig. If our opponent goes a couple more turns without drawing a dig or something, or another Ugin, then we're kind of in good shape. We have some resilience, and that is with a hand that's horrible against control. All these Marauders. Cracks Windswept Teeth, oh boy. What's happening? Plays another land, cracks another land. Is this a dig and they're just thinning their library first? Or like a Dragonlord's Prerogative? Something along those lines? Oh, another Ugin? Planner Outburst. Okay. Well, Planner Outburst is perfectly acceptable. So we dropped to 10, but we get to get back our Green Warden. We get to play a Green Warden. Get back this Evolving Wilds. Play the Evolving Wilds. Now we can play one of our sacrifice creatures, like a Fleshbag Marauder. I think we'll just sack the Fleshbag Marauder here. And then pass the turn. Still not in a great position against an Ugin, but kind of in good shape against anything else. Of course, dig is still bad, because it probably finds an Ugin. Our opponent has almost unlimited mana. Is this another Planner Outburst? Another Planner Outburst. Alright, we're dropping even lower. In response, we will sack this Green Warden. I think we are again going to choose not to use the trigger. Crack this Evolving Wilds. Get a Forest. Find a Merciless Executioner. Not exactly what we were hoping for. So we're going to drop to 4 here, assuming our opponent attacks with Shambling Vent. Yep. Alright. It's going to be close. One more Wrath like that, and we're really in trouble. So we get back Green Warden. We draw a land. So now we play Merciless Executioner. In response to the trigger, we sack it. We get an Erebos' Titan. Get rid of that land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess we play another Green Warden. Get back the Valving Wilds. And we'll pitch this Merciless Executioner. Alright, no more Planner Outburst. If they have the third Planner Outburst. Ultimate Price. So in response, we will sack our Green Warden. We will not return anything. Elvish Visionary would be a nice one to find. There it is. That helps. As long as we are still alive. Here comes Shambling Vent. That thing has been super problematic. Down to 2. And a Jace. Alright. We get to get back our Green Warden. Another Palace Siege is actually pretty sweet. So now we probably want to set a Palace Siege. How do we do this? We have to make sure we don't die to the Shambling Vent. So I think we lead on Elvish Visionary. Draw a card. It's a Crux, which isn't very good. Erebos' Titan. Then we can... I guess we play the Evolving Wilds and play a Fleshbag Marauder to kill the Jace and sack this Elvish Visionary. And this sort of gives us protection against a Wrath. The downside is we are dead to Ugin, and we can't play our other Palace Siege, which would start gaining us life next upkeep. So we just gotta hope we survive another turn or two. Alright, our opponent passes. We get to search out a forest. Get back Elvish Visionary. Draw a Sidisi. Does Sidisi do anything? Well, let's play Elvish Visionary. Draw a card. Ooh, we get to gain a life off Jungle Hollow. And then we will play another Palace Siege. Set this one on Dragons to start gaining some life. And then... do we want to just pass or do we want to Sidisi? Can we do anything at instant speed? Not really. So let's Sidisi. Sack this Elvish Visionary. Get to tutor. For a... guess we'll just take another Elvish Visionary. Pass the turn. Alright, let's see. If we can live one more turn, we're suddenly in really good shape. We gotta leave Erebos' Titan back, because that is our out to Languish. Come on, no dig. No dig. Alright, pumps up Mage Ring Network. Oh, alright, pumps up Mage Ring Network. Oh, they have the dig. Oh, Murderous Cut. Oh, that's fine. That was not a dig. Alright, we're so close. One more turn. Oh, another Shambling Vents. We're staying alive. Alright, so we get to get back our Sidisi and drain with our Palace Siege to get out of danger zone. Play the Swamp. We get to play this Green Warden. Get back Obnixilus. Play Obnixilus. Draw a card. Going down to 4. And play an Elvish Visionary. And we will swing with our... Still can't swing with Erebos' Titan. We need that. Now we have another path to victory, which would be ultimating our Obnixilus. Still weak to an Ugin. We'll discard this Crux of Fate, which I don't think is going to do anything. Alright, our opponent's passing. Sweet. Alright, we get to return Elvish Visionary. Drain for 2. Languish, not good. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Ugh, that doesn't quite work. So I guess we attack with Green Warden and Fleshbag Marauder. Let's play an Elvish Visionary. Draw a card. Play the Swamp. Play an Elvish Visionary. Draw a card. Take up this Obnixilus. I don't think we can cast the Read the Bones. We can play a Fleshbag Marauder, sacking one of our Elvish Visionaries, because Fleshbag can actually attack through the Shambling Vent, and we want to get back Elvish Visionary. And then we will play Sidisi, sacking Elvish Visionary. And we will search for another Green Warden, I guess, and pass the turn. Come on, no dig, no dig. Is this dig? Ojutai's command to get back Jace? Well, thankfully we can kill that Jace. Did they hold a counter? They have the negate. Alright, so they can potentially flash back something. Planar Outburst, I guess? But okay. We can't do anything else about it. Ticks it up. Alright, let's see what happens. This is close. They loot, flip Jace. Come on, no Ugin. Or dig. What do they pitch? Pitch a Clash of Wills. Probably a good choice. Pretty dead. And they drew the dig. Drew the dig. Oh no. At the last possible moment. So now he might just be dead. If they play Ugin and exile everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, they're going to go with Planar Outburst. Alright. They go with Planar Outburst. 6. Alright, Planner Outburst. Green Warden. Do we want to get something back? Probably not. I think we'll just leave it in the graveyard. Oh, we gotta target something. Our Titan survives. And they have Utter End to kill the Titan. Alright, they're staying alive. But we get to return a creature, which will be Elvish Visionary. Drain for 2. And I think we're going to go for the win here and see what happens. So we play Land of War Waste. And we go with Awaken, Ruinous Path. Targeting our... let's see. Cast with Awaken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For the Xaxes, if our opponent can't stop it. And can our opponent kill our swamp? We attack. Did we get it? Well, looks like our opponent has a response. Ojitai's Command, maybe? Ojitai's Command gets back Jace. And unfortunately, we do not have an instant speed removal spell. And our opponent decides against blocking. So we will play Elvish Visionary, draw a card, play a Merciless Executioner, get rid of the Jace, and sack Elvish Visionary. I guess we should tick this up. Another Green Warden. And now we will just pass the turn, I guess, and hope for the best. Oh, man. So close. Our opponent drew another dig. Probably their best bet is to stay alive as an Ugin, but Ugin doesn't just kill us. And it might kill our opponent. How much mana do we have? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we can Green Warden, get back Ruinous Path, kill Ugin, and attack for lethal. Our opponent's going to fire up the Shambling Vents, going aggro. Fires them both up. Well, we will block a Shambling Vent. They're going after Ob Nixilis. Alright, well, we're going to block 1, kill 1. We get to return a... Geez, I don't even know anymore. I guess just Elvish Visionary is fine. Drain our opponent. Get back Elvish Visionary. Pump up Ob Nixilis. Draw a card. Ultimate Price, I guess that's fine. Then we get to attack with our land to put our opponent to 2. Play a Green Warden, getting back Green Warden. Play Elvish Visionary. Play Merciless Executioner. Sacking Elvish Visionary. And now we'll just pass the turn. Discarding Languish. Did we finally get there in the grindiest match of all time? Oh, Haven, 1, 2. Sack Haven, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another dig! So many digs. What's their out, though? There's the dig. What are they digging for, is the question. What an insane match this has been. And this is just game 1. And Digs into anticipates? Do they just not have any real cards left? How do they survive? They got to get rid of Palace Siege. We got there. Yes. Oh, I didn't think there's any way we won with that hand. So grindy. All right, sideboard wise, we definitely get some things, but not as many as I hoped. Basically, we get 3 duresses, which are very good, which allows us to remove Languishes and Crux of Fate. Infinite Obliteration doesn't do much, since it only hits creatures. Archfiend, I mean, we can bring in random creatures over removal. Ultimate Price does kill Jace. Self-inflicted wound doesn't do what we want. Our ample merciless executioners are also not great. So I think we'll bring in the Archfiend and a Guilt Leaf over a couple of random Maraudery cards. And let's try it like that. I can't believe we won that first game, honestly. That was crazy and unexpected. This hand's not horrible. I would like the duress better if we could cast it on turn 1, but it's alright. Get to Evolving Wilds into Visionary, hopefully into another land, and then hopefully our duress will... Ooh, another Visionary. Hopefully our duress will be good eventually. This deck is so grindy, which I love. Alright, let's get a Swamp here. And I think we just lead on Elvish Visionary. If they want to counter our Visionary, that is fine. We'll get it back eventually anyways. Alright, they just pump up their Mage Ring. We draw another land. Visionary is a slow clock, but it is technically a clock. Ooh, and a leap. Alright, let's attack with Visionary. And I think the plan is to duress our opponent and see if we can resolve Evolutionary Leap. Duress to get the counter out of their hand, hopefully. Pump up Mage Ring Network. Ugin, Dragonlord, Slumgar, and lands. So we'll take the Ugin, and then we will use this window to resolve an Evolutionary Leap. Nightmare against control decks. Now we can turn our Elvish Visionaries into new creatures whenever we want. Dragonlord Slumgar isn't a real threat when we have Fleshbag Marauders everywhere. So now let's get in with our Elvish Visionary. Read the Bones. Land and land. So we'll put Jungle, Hollow. Do we want both on the bottom? Yeah, let's just bottom both. I don't... Yeah, we'll bottom both. Play Jungle Hollow. Pass the turn. Unfortunately, this means we can't leave up mana for Leap, but I don't think that especially matters right this minute. Haven, which can get back the Ugin eventually. Ooh, another Leap, though. Alright, let's attack with Elvish Visionary. Play our Obnixilis. Draw a card. Ruinous Path is a solid draw. Pass the turn. So they still have the 2 deltas. They played the Swamp, I believe. Is it time for them to get back their Ugin? They could cast it next turn, which is actually fine. They can cast it and exile everything using all their counters off Mage Ring Network. But then we get to kill it with probably Ruinous Path, I guess, and attack. So that's fine. And it doesn't actually exile too much. Yep, there's the exile. Actually, we can't attack. We don't have enough mana to awaken. But we can kill it and play and Elvish Visionary. Ooh, Green Warden is pretty sweet too. Green Warden getting back to rest is really good in these control matchups. Or we just draw another duress. Alright, let's duress. Murderous Cut, Ultimate Price, Dragonlord Slumgar. So we'll take Murderous Cut, I believe. Yeah, we'll take Murderous Cut. And we will play a Green Warden. I think we just get back a duress, I think is safest, to make sure we can resolve something next turn. Which, what we want to resolve is Evolutionary Leap. Once we get a leap down, we're in such good shape. So they can kill our Green Warden if they want to. Alright, let's attack with both. They're going to block, aren't they? I figured we could just get in the free damage there, because I didn't think they'd block. Oh well. Let's cast this Duress. Get rid of Ultimate Price. How do we do this? Play Evolutionary Leap. Play Fleshbag Marauder to get rid of that annoying land. They're going to use the mana to pump up Mage Network, which is fine. Cracks Delta. They're down to 9. We sack Fleshbag Marauder. And we still have an answer to Dragonlord Slumgar. And if they try to steal Green Warden, we just sack it anyway. Yep, alright. Actually, no. We just let them take it, actually. Because we're just going to kill it anyway. Yep, they take our Green Warden temporarily. And then we... Actually, let's play our 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's just play our Obnixilis. And kill Dragonlord Slumgar, get back our Green Warden, pass the turn. I think our opponent's actually suffering by the fact we didn't have more sideboard cards. And we couldn't take out all the cards that aren't great in this matchup. Because we accidentally are able to kill their dragons and such. Well, that seems good for the time being. They're going to steal our Obnixilis to draw a card. But we get to Merciless Executioner. Sacking Merciless Executioner. Now we get to draw a card. Play Jungle Hollow. And get in there with Green Warden. Opponent's down to 3. We're so close to finishing this off over Esper control. This deck's pretty sick, actually. Well, let's draw a card. Ooh, Sidisi? Sidisi's sweet. Well, let's attack with Green Warden. See what our opponent does. Do they have removal? Alright, Ultimate Price. We'll sack Green Warden in response. Get back... I guess Elvish Visionary? Yeah, I think we can exile it this time. I think it's worth it. Get back Visionary. Leap into another Green Warden. Now we'll play Elvish Visionary. Play Elvish Visionary. Play Erebos' Titan. And pass the turn. They have a counter for that one? Yep, scatter to the winds. Still, our opponent's at 3 life, down to 1 single card in hand. So they're going to need to do something pretty spectacular to survive. We don't have lethal next turn, though, unfortunately. Maybe I should have just slammed one of our bigger spells, but then it would have got scattered, so. Slumgar's Command. Yep. Yeah, probably should have sacked that Visionary, but opponent is out of cards. Well, we'll play Forest. Play Elvish Visionary. Play Green Warden, getting back Erebos' Titan, because this is Wrath Protection. Since it'll be indestructible, play Erebos' Titan, pass the turn. And I don't even know what our opponent can draw. I guess it's Ugin or bust. Ojutai's Command. Gain 4, draw a card. Now Ugin's not even an out. Dig through time. I think they're just dead. I don't think they can do anything with the amount of mana they have. I guess if they could go Swamp Languish, they could survive another turn. And we got there. Sweet. Grinding out Esper control. Oh, the deck is sweet.